Now I got to make one more live video addressing the foolery because I want the narrative to end in the month of July. A certain narrative had floated around about me for months, and I'm sick of it. One thing my mama always taught me is all you got is your name at the end of the day. And I refuse to have a certain narrative floating around with my name attached to it. Okay? You cannot give a darn if a certain narrative is floating around with your name attached to it. But if it got my name attached to it, I'm going to clear it up every single time. So this person made a comment under my first live video. Y'all can go back and look at it. It's still up there. Saying that maybe if I wasn't shading back in the cut, maybe people would support me more. First of all, who is back in the cut supposed to mean to me? Who is she supposed to mean to me? Let's just stop and riddle that for a minute. This is somebody I've never met a day in my life, and they never met me. She just happened to sit at her computer and share her God-given opinion about Chloe Yasmin, somebody neither one of us know in real life. That's it. So who is she supposed to mean to me? Riddle me that. I done already let y'all know the only thing she did was give me the inspiration to go back to making the content that I made 4 years ago. Okay? That's it. That's it. And she messed around and revealed the app that she used. And once I realized that it was free, I'm like, okay, then I'm going to use that. At the end of the day, it's not her app. At the end of the day, she didn't make the app. So I'm not copying her. She shared what app she used one time in her comments. So I tried it out. That's not me copying her. If that's the case, she copied somebody else because she didn't make the darn app. So, first of all, she don't have to mean nothing to me. Let's make that very clear. She don't mean nothing to me. I don't know her. She definitely don't know me. Okay? So let's make that clear. Secondly, Back in the Cut is not a victim when it comes to me. People only know what they know, and people only see what they see. Y'all don't see or know the behind the scenes things. You don't. In early March, me and this person had a conversation. Okay? She hit me up and she said, am I missing something? Is something wrong? Blah, 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 blah. And I explained to her why I was mad. Because again, where I'm from, we don't throw rocks and hide our hands. Okay? We lay our cards flat on the table and we make it known what it is. Okay? And that's exactly what I did with her. I laid my cards on the table with her. When I pivoted, people from her platform came to my platform bullying and harassing me, comparing me, calling me a flop, calling me, saying that I'm trying to be like her, all of this stuff. The same people who was once praising me and supporting me a week prior were now harassing and bullying me. The same people. Okay? The same people who was at one point supporting my channel, watching my channel, all the things. The minute I changed my approach, now all of a sudden I'm a flop. Now all of a sudden I'm everything in the book except for a child of God. Okay? All of this was going on late February, early March. Early March, old girl hit me up, tell me, am I missing something? I tell her, people from your platform is bullying me. I fully explained to her why I pivoted, as if I owed her an explanation, in which I didn't. Because again, I didn't owe her an explanation no more than I owed anybody else one. Okay? She is not the reason for my growth or success on here. So I didn't owe her an explanation. This isn't her platform. She didn't help me make the content. She didn't help me edit the content. She didn't put my opinion in my head. So I didn't owe her anything. But I still explained why I did what I did. Now, if it was me, okay, if I was in her position and I'm hearing somebody telling me that people from my platform is over on their platform bullying and harassing, and I built my entire channel around speaking against bullying and harassing and being a mean girl, I would have went to my platform and said, hey, y'all, leave her alone. Leave her alone. I'm not creating a community of bullies over here. Okay? Leave her alone. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. But instead, after we had said conversation, oh yeah, and I apologized. Yes, I'm well aware that I was throwing shots at her on my community post while I was getting attacked. Because one thing about me, I'm not going to just lay back and let people bully and harass me. Okay? And compare me to somebody else who also don't know Chloe. That's never going to happen. You ain't finna be sitting around bullying and harassing and dogpiling me and I just sit back and let it happen. Nah, again, that's not how we roll over here. Okay? Yes, you want to be a keyboard thug? I could be one too. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fight back. You want to be a thug? I could be one too. I'm from the land of the thugs. Okay? Let the rest of America tell it. So I know how to match that energy. And so therefore I did. Okay? And because I matched said energy, I apologized to her in the conversation me and her had. Okay? Mind you, we had a conversation. I told her what her audience was doing to me, and I apologized. After said conversation, I think it and all blew over as far as me and her is concerned. A couple of weeks go by. I go to her platform. I see her promoting another creator. And in the caption, she says, hopefully she don't switch up. Now, you use your context clues and tell me who do you think she was talking about? Because the common sense God gave me tells me that she was talking about me. So therefore, no. Y'all can paint her out to be some innocent victim all day, but she's not a victim. Okay? This was weeks after me and her had a conversation like two grown-ass women. Okay? This was weeks after that. And she still felt it in her spirit to shade me. After I apologized to her, after I explained everything to her, she still felt the need to be shady. So no, now at this point, I don't mess with her. I don't like her. I don't respect her. Point blank, period. And I don't have to. Not after we done already had a conversation. Not after I done already explained to you why I did what I did. And you still want to be shady? Nah, all bets are off. All bets are off. So it is what it is. I don't owe you nothing now. You just like you don't owe me nothing, I don't owe you nothing. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. So, yeah, before you hop in my comments trying to be like, oh, maybe if you weren't shading back in the cut. No, maybe if she wasn't shading me. Maybe if her audience wasn't bullying me. Let's make it understood. I didn't start nothing with nobody. I did what I had to do for my platform. Her audience thought I owed them something and decided they wanted to bully me. I responded. Me having the self-accountability that I have, I apologized. And apparently that wasn't good enough for the girl. And felt like she had to still shade me weeks later. So now I don't mess with her. But don't come under my content acting like I owe this girl anything at this point, because I don't. I don't. I didn't owe her nothing then, and I definitely don't owe her nothing now. Okay? But I'm making it known and understood for the people who want to come over here and bully me 4 darn months later to leave me the hell alone. Okay? I said what I had to say to her. Okay? I said what I had to say to her even in the comments 2 weeks ago. Now, I'm done with it when it comes to her, because at the end of the day, she's just a stranger who sits on the internet and shares her opinion on Chloe Yasmin just like I am. So she might mean something to somebody in this world, but she don't mean a hill of beans to me. I don't care. Okay? I said what I had to say to her. This video is directed to the people who don't know about the behind the scenes that me and her have already experienced together. Y'all only see what you see, but y'all don't know. We done had a conversation. So now she's nobody's victim. Okay? We had a conversation. And I know I wasn't imagining said conversation. It was in comments. There are people who was following the conversation. It was like, hey, I respect this. Thank y'all for having a conversation. Thank y'all for having a heart-to-heart. It was like 2 people who was following the conversation. It was a public conversation. So, yeah, I gave her what I owed her back in March, and that was an apology. I apologized. And as far as I was concerned, I was done with it. Somewhere along the way, she felt the need to steal shade and disrespect me weeks later. So, whose fault is it at this point? Because again, where I'm from, after we have a conversation like 2 grown-ass women, and somebody have the maturity enough to apologize, there shouldn't be no more beef. At the end of the day, I don't know you. You don't know me. So there shouldn't be any more beef. There shouldn't be no more confusion. Okay? That's how we operate where I'm from anyways. I don't know how y'all operate. I don't know what kind of weird shit y'all on. But where I'm from, after we sit down and have a conversation and somebody have the maturity enough to apologize, that should be the end of it. It should be, right? It should be. So, I apologized to the girl. And I moved on. Okay? In fact, I was experiencing real life stuff during that time that had nothing to do with YouTube. Okay? I was going through real life heartbreak. I lost my baby a week later after the conversation. Okay? So weeks after I decided to get back on YouTube, get back to making my content, after one of the most traumatic things to ever happen to me happened, I see this girl on her community post shading me. So, no, all bets are off. I don't mess with her, and I don't have to. Because again, when it's all said and done, she's just another stranger on the internet sharing her God-given opinion on another what? Stranger. She don't know Chloe no more than I do. So she just sharing her opinion. Ain't no crime in that, but I don't have to support it. Just like she don't have to support me, I don't have to support her. Case closed. So don't get in my comments trying to twist the narrative around and make it seem like she's somebody's victim, because she's not. I know the conversations that we've had. Y'all don't. Okay? Those other 2 lives was directed to the people who have been bullying and harassing me for the past 4 months. If you ain't in that number, then I ain't talking to you. Those videos were directed towards the people who have been bullying and harassing me, because they think I owe them something. I didn't even mention the girl by her name. Now, I actually don't even know the girl real name, but I didn't mention the girl by her online name, because she's not relevant at this point. Not to me. I'm talking to the people who want to conduct themselves like a bunch of middle schoolers and don't know how to leave people they clearly don't like alone. That's who I'm talking to. Because as recent as this week, I'm still getting harassed and bullied by the likes of y'all. She's not bullying me. She's not harassing me. It's y'all who's doing it. I done said what I needed to say to her, and now I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I'm talking to the people who want to sit around and label Chloe Yasmin as a mean girl and turn around and bully and harass in their next breath. Those are the people I'm talking to. Those are the people I'm talking to. Because there's no logical reason why I should still be getting bullied and harassed, and we halfway through the month of July, over a decision that I made on my platform. Over a decision that I made that only affected me. There's no reason. There's no justification. So don't bring that girl up to me trying to twist the narrative and make it seem like this is something that I deserve. Nah. Nobody is deserving to be harassed and bullied and called out their name. Nobody deserves that. So if you're that dense in the head to still come on my platform and try to justify people coming onto strangers' platforms, harassing and bullying them 4 months later, attacking their mental health, trying to shred folks' character, all types of stuff. If y'all can sit around and try to justify that, you're just as sick. You are sick in the head. There is no justification for online bullying and harassment. There is none. Sorry. Especially when you don't know the full story. You only know what you know. You only see what you see. And y'all don't see a lot. But I got the balls to get online and set the record straight. Because as long as nobody sets the record straight, the narrative can continue to float around. But the narrative ends here out of my mouth. Yes, I shaded her as a response from her audience attacking me. I had the maturity to apologize to her, and she can't part her lips and say I didn't, because I did. I apologized to her. And I thought that was the end of it. Then 2, 3, 4 weeks later, whenever the heck I looked at that girl profile, she over here shading me. So no, she's not a victim. So y'all can hang that crap right on up. Sorry to burst your bubble. There is no justification for the treatment that I'm getting in the month of July. There is no justification for it. So, at this point, anybody else got anything to say? I will gladly get back on here and clear it right on up. Because I don't run off of speculation. I don't run off of assumption. I don't run off of he say, she say. I run off of facts. That's what I operate off of. Stone cold facts. And the facts are me and her had a conversation 4 months ago. And whatever y'all think I did to her, I apologized for. She then proceeded to shade me. It wasn't the other way around. I was too busy mourning my miscarriage while she over here shading me. Now you know. And I don't have a reason to lie on strangers on the internet. I don't have a reason to lie. I'm just responding back to this message somebody left under my first live video from 2 days ago. Basically just trying to twist it around and make it seem like I'm deserving of the bullying and harassment that I've been getting. Talking about maybe if I wasn't shading back in the cut, maybe people would support me. Nah. At the end of the day, I still get support. Good morning. How y'all doing? I still get support. I still get love. I don't need her platform to get to where I'm trying to go. Nah. Because one thing about it, I serve a God. And my Bible tells me if God be for me, who can be against me? Okay? It ain't because of her platform that I got monetized last week. It's because of God. So I don't need her platform. Never did. All I need is my voice and my opinion. Exactly. I don't shade her. I shaded her months ago when her audience was attacking me, calling me a flop and all this other stuff. Yeah. And again, where I'm from, you don't get to throw darts and think darts ain't finna be thrown right back at you. Nah, we don't operate like that here. We don't operate like that. I was trying to defend myself after her audience was coming over here attacking me because I decided to change my approach of my content. And then she came over here talking about, am I missing something? So I explained everything to the girl. I told her what was going on, why I was doing what I was doing, and I apologized for anything I might have said about her. And then weeks later, I see her in her community post shading me. Thank you. Thank you. And it's still a struggle every single day. It's still a struggle. Every single day. But yeah, like she shaded me weeks later. And I guess now people think she's some type of victim. And she's not. She's not. Even when I was getting dogpiled in Bria's comments a few weeks ago, I reminded her of said conversation. And she never acknowledged that because she know we had it. She know we had that conversation. And she know what she did after said conversation. She never said that I lied about that because I'm not. I never lied about that situation. She know we had that conversation, just like I know we had that conversation. And by the end of that conversation, I told her, I just want peace. I quote you, I literally said, I just want peace. And I meant it then, and I mean it now. I just want peace. And I thought me and her had come to an understanding. And I was willing to continue to watch her content, support her content, all of the things, because a lot of the things she say be the truth. It be, well, not the truth. I mean, we don't know Chloe, but a lot of the things she say makes logical sense. So I was willing to continue to still support her the whole nine. I didn't have an issue. I go on her community post and I see her shading me. And I'm just like, well, dang. Okay then. Okay then. You clearly don't mess with me. I ain't gotta mess with you either. The fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to mess with you either then. And I haven't. And then the folks want to dogpile me 2 weeks ago because I said the fact that she got more views on that interview she did with Bria is diabolical. Me personally, I think that if they were going to do an interview, that's fine and dandy. But seeing that it's Bria's story, Bria's trauma, and Bria's family, Bria should have been the one to reap the benefits of that content. That's my opinion. And I don't think I'm wrong for that. But she decided to attack me, even though I'm far from the only person who had that opinion. If you scroll through the comments of Bria's video of that interview, I'm far from the only person who thought that, Back in the Cut shouldn't have been reaping the benefits and all this other stuff from that interview. I'm not the only person. And I commented under somebody else's comment. She didn't have no energy for the original poster. She only had all the smoke for me. Nor did she say anything else to anybody else who was calling the interview weird and lame and anticlimactic and all of the other things. She only had smoke for me. I'm not the only person who had an opinion. I'm the only person who got attacked. See, I run off of what I know, not of what I heard. And what I know is I'm not the only one who had an opinion 2 weeks ago. I'm the only one who got attacked. And that's why I know that now the people hating on me, attacking me, bullying me, they got an agenda. That's what it is. It's not because they don't like my content. It's not because they don't agree with what I say in my content. They just don't like me because of what they heard. But they don't know the facts. Okay? They don't know the facts. Even Back in the Cut don't have a legitimate reason to dislike me. Because the changes I made on my platform affected me. It didn't affect her. So why do you dislike me because of what I decided to do on my platform? Let me see what you're saying. I like watching both of y'all's posts. I didn't know about her community posts. I like that y'all have different approaches on certain topics. Wonder why she's switching up. I don't know. I don't know why she's switching up. I don't. Because I didn't do anything to her. I made the decision that I made to protect my platform. And what's funny is I didn't make the changes that I made after her channel got striked. It's a coincidence that her channel got striked, but that happened like a few days after I took my content down. Okay, because around this time she had went out of town. She had made an announcement that she was going to Texas or something like that. Now, while she was out of town, I decided to take my content down because I wasn't feeling right. And like 2 days after I took my content down, she made a post saying that her channel got striked. So my decision had nothing to do with what was going on her channel. All that was confirmation to me that I made the right decision. Because in my mind, I'm like, dang, what if I had kept this content up? The same thing that happened to her would have happened to me too. So all I could do was lift my hand and say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for telling me to take that content down. Because the same thing that happened to her probably would have happened to me. So I'm to this day, I'm thankful that I took that content down. I'm so thankful I did. I'm so freaking thankful. But I didn't take my content down because of anything that happened on her channel. I made the decision to take that content down days prior, days before. It just happened to be a coincidence, I guess. I don't know. But looking back, I'm thankful I made the decision that I made. I am. I'm so freaking thankful. You said I felt a little weird about her interviewing Bria too. Yeah, like I feel like this. We're on the outside looking in, okay? One thing about me, I'm never going to insert myself in these folks' business or family to this extent. That's just me. Because it's not my business. It's just not. And I feel like if you're going to insert yourself, Bria should have been the only person reaping the engagement, views, anything. She should have been the only person doing it. You know good and well she's over here trying to build her own platform. She should have been able to build her platform off of that video alone. That's my opinion. And the fact that they shared, I don't know, it comes across as you trying to clout chase and profit off of somebody else's story and trauma. Because you can interview all day, but the content could have still been on Bria's platform. So that's my opinion. That's my opinion. You know, and honestly, for what we saw, Bria could have shared that story solely on her own. Honestly, because old girl didn't add anything to the conversation. Honestly, so I mean, and again, my opinion. So that's just my opinion. But I just wanted to come on here and clear things up once and for all. Because it seemed like a lot of people have been confused and thinking that this girl is just some type of victim that I'm over here bullying and poking at. Nah. I decided to change the approach of my channel on my own. Because I started making this content with very little knowledge of the logistics behind it. I did not know that after doing some research, I didn't know that when you talking about people, public figures, you need to say stuff like allegedly, in my opinion, stuff like that. Because if you don't, it can look like you're doing online bullying. It can appear like you're doing online bullying, and the person of whom you're speaking about has the right to sue you for defamation of character. They have the right, especially if you're using their content. So therefore, I switched it up. I changed my approach. Because at the end of the day, are random people on the internet gonna pay for me a lawyer? Nah, I don't have lawyer money. I can't afford to get sued by no darn body. So no, I can't afford it. I'm not going through that. So I changed my approach. And I don't apologize for that. And as a result of me changing my approach, the weirdos from her platform decided to dogpile me like I did something personal to them. I feel like certain people may think you're an easier target because they see your face. Exactly. I mean, and I don't know why people feel that way, but yeah, like they see my face and they know my name. You know what I'm saying? At least my first name anyways. And I know people can feel like they can bully me more. Like with Back in the Cut, don't nobody know what she looked like. Don't nobody even know her real name. She hiding behind Chloe's face, literally. So, I mean, she can throw rocks and hide a hand, literally. And it's crazy. Right. It's not okay. It's not okay. I don't understand. Well, that's the thing. I respect you more because I can see your face. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And there's a new girl that's making content as well. I think her name is Ari. I hope y'all can go over to her platform and support her. Because, she's a stay-at-home mom as well. Like, she's starting to make commentary content on Chloe. And, so far, I like her content. I like her content. And I didn't have anything against Back in the Cut. Like, my biggest beef is the people from her channel, her audience. Because at the time, both of, people from both platforms, like, they were watching me. Sorry about that, y'all. But I'm back. Phone call. But yeah, that's just me setting the record straight. Because this has gone on long enough. And it just seems like there's a narrative that's floating around that I just been bullying her. And she's just the epitome of a damsel in distress who's just being bullied by me. Oh my God. No, that's not the case, and it's far from the case. We had a conversation, and that's the narrative she'll never reveal because she knows we had a conversation. And she knows that we came to an understanding. This is what she knows. So I don't understand what the confusion is at this point. But I know that people on the outside looking in, they don't know the intimate details. They don't know the intimate details of we had a whole conversation. We had a conversation. There were apologies given. And at the end of the day, considering the fact that I don't know her, she don't know me, the only thing I owed her was an apology. And I gave her that. So it's like, there's nothing left to talk about. I'm not finna continue being dogpiled. I'm not finna continue being attacked. I'm not finna continue being bullied. I'm not finna continue having a narrative floating around with my name attached to it. That's not finna happen. Because I have the balls to get up on my phone and clear the air and set the record straight. And the record is, we had a conversation. I apologize. And at this point, she has no legitimate reason to have an issue with me. She don't. It's simple as that. She has no legitimate reason. I don't have her phone number. We ain't never talked offline or anything. And I've even offered her the opportunity to talk offline. Seriously. I'm even woman enough to do that. And I told her that in the comments 2 weeks ago. If she have anything else to say to me, my inbox is open. Let's talk. Let's talk. And to this day, I haven't heard from her. To this day. So, because one thing about me, the Bible says, in all you're getting, get understanding. So I don't mind sitting down and having a conversation with people and really just getting to the root of whatever the issue is. I don't mind. I never had a problem with the girl. It's interesting giving her stance on how Khloe handles things. I would expect her to be upfront and honest. Exactly. Like you say Khloe is a mean girl, you say Khloe is this and that, and you conduct yourself and your platform the exact same way. Uphold yourself to the same standard you're trying to hold Khloe to. Again, that's how we operate where I'm from. I don't know how they operate where she's from. But conduct yourself to the same standard. You claim to be so much more mature than Khloe. Act like it. You say Khloe's not a girl's girl. Why don't you act like a girl's girl? Because if somebody was coming to me and telling me that people from my platform is bullying me, if somebody was coming to people from my platform was bullying somebody else online, I would have shut it down. I would have shut it down. You right, we don't play in the South. We stand on principles in the South. We stand 10 toes on what we say and feel here in the South. We're built different. Shout out to the South. We're built different down here. We don't play. If somebody was telling me that people from my platform that claim to support me is over here bullying other people, I would have shut it down. I would have used my community post to say, we don't do that over here. If you support me, you're not going to represent me by bullying somebody else. If you're going to bully somebody else, then get off my platform. That's how I would have handled it. That's how I would have handled it. And not only did she not say anything to her audience, she then proceeded to throw shade weeks later. So if I say I don't mess with her today, best believe I got a reason behind it. I know why I don't mess with her. It ain't got nothing to do with her content. It has everything to do with her character. It has everything to do with it. She don't like me because of how I approach my content. But she can't say that I didn't apologize to her. She can't say I never explained the ins and outs to her. She can't say that. And she know that she shaded me in her community posts. Because who else could she have been talking about when she was promoting this other girl's video and say, I hope she don't switch up? Who else could she have been talking about? One thing the good Lord gave me is common sense. Wasn't nobody else making content on Khloe Yasmin at the time but me and her. So I know she was talking about me. So no, you don't get to throw shade at me and act like some damsel in distress and act like some victim months later. Nah, you know what you did, so stand on it. Stand on it, period. Exactly. Clocked. Clock it. So no. I just had to come on here and set the record straight because it's just too much floating around with my name attached to it, too much confusion, and I know she'll never clear it up. She'll never clear it up for whatever crazy reason. She'll never clear it up. And I opened up the invitation for her and me to have a real conversation, a real sit down 2 weeks ago. And I ain't heard from the girl yet. So, but one thing about me, I know how to clear it up. I know how to clear it up. So, to my girlies, to the people who support me, thank you. Thank you so much. I see y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so freaking much. I really do. And I don't like to conduct a platform full of bullies. I don't think it's necessary. Because when you sit down and think about it, we're all talking about somebody we don't know. I don't know Chloe Yasmin. She don't know Chloe Yasmin. We're just two strangers on the internet sharing our God-given opinion on public footage. That's it. That's it. And I know that the only reason why my channel has grown in recent months is because of my content on Chloe. I'm not that prideful to believe that it's because of any other reason. You know what I'm saying? Period. But like, I know that is the reason. So I try to remain humble. But I think this girl's platform has gone straight to her head. Because even when I shared my opinion under Bria's comments, here she go trying to attack me, talking about you always got something to say. And do? And gonna keep talking. You built your whole platform off of talking about somebody else. But when somebody open up their mouth and say something opposing you, now all of a sudden it's a darn problem. Girl, bye. Bye. And then the day you decide to stop talking about Chloe, your number's gonna plummet. Because the only reason why you got a platform, the only reason why you got a platform is because you keep somebody else's name in your mouth. Girl, bye. You try building a platform off of your own personality, creativity, and charisma, and then we'll talk. Then we'll talk. Anybody can screen record somebody else's content and talk over it. Anybody can do that. Okay? You try turning on a camera and vlog your life. Then we'll talk. But I always got something to say. And gonna keep talking. I promise, folks don't know where I'm from. Folks don't know where I'm from. Okay? I'm sorry. I don't know how they get down in Cheese Land, but no, we don't operate like that down here. No. Don't forget. Don't forget how you blew up. Don't forget why and how you got a platform. Because if ain't nobody else gonna remind you, I'll remind you. Okay? Because at least me and this new girl got the balls to turn on the camera and try, but people quick to call me a flop. But at least I got the balls to turn on the camera and try. And that's more than what they can say. That's more than what they can say. Get off the field. Get in the game. Get in the game. And see how well your content do. Just see how well. And people don't know. I've been making content since 2022. So yeah, I saw an opportunity to grow my channel and I took it. A fool wouldn't. Okay? And that's why I say, like, and that's why I showed y'all how to make the content. Because I want everybody to win. Times are hard. If you can make a coin off of sharing your opinion about somebody, do it. Do it. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to win. So I don't have an issue with her content per se, but I do have an issue with her character. And I do have an issue with her audience trying to be out here being bullies. I do have an issue with that. And I ain't finna play those games with these folks. I'm not gonna play these games. Because we too old. We too grown. We're too grown. And there's no justification for people to still be trying to attack me and we halfway through the month of July. There's no justification for that. So I just wanted to make that known, y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me this morning. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I got a commentary video dropping tomorrow. Yeah, got one coming out tomorrow, and I got Get Ready With Me coming out on Sunday. Because, you know, we ain't no clout chasers over here. I'm still trying to post my lifestyle content. But I just haven't had a whole lot of time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting me. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank y'all so much. And look, if y'all still want to watch Back in the Cut, watch her. You know what I'm saying? Watch her. Support, whatever. But I do want people to have an understanding of knowing that I'll be tuning into your other videos too. I appreciate it. Thank you. But I want people to have an understanding that she's no victim. She's nobody's victim. She's not. We had a conversation. We did. So, and one thing about me, I don't have a reason to lie on nobody. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. I pray God keep y'all. May his face shine upon y'all.